Ctn helps to build media capacity in Sierra Leone.
Ctn Youth Club where they come out now at Mount 12 for Big College on FM 107.3. Ctn Youth Club na program where they look at different issues them where they affect young people in the country and also can discuss on the issues in there. Inside the program today, we look at the role of an organization where in a mental watch advocacy network, which is the role they play for make sure say they enlighten, educate young people in the country. For help me talk about this particular organization, I get with me the founder and executive director, Wena Ibrahim Kamara. Me where they make the program reach Koroma. Me where they make the program reach you, me name Al Jackson. Yourself can be part of the program. By way, I go send you text message on 078330167. And welcome to the program, and Mr. Koroma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jackson.
Now, let me look at this particular organization, when a mental watch advocacy network. What's in really the objective, the aims and objective of the organization, how you come about?
Thank you very much. This is a good question. We most of the media engagement programs we always the first question and then he asks me. But notwithstanding the Mental Watch Advocacy Network Sierra Leone, a dream come true from the university to the universe. All this while since I started this program since college days, I started work on them all to where I graduate from Fabi College as a professional social worker now with a first degree in social work. Then I'll be fortunate I can get a job, but at the end of the day, the contract done when I Save the Children International, and that'll be the work. But when the contract done, then I did the struggle starts. I try for find job now, they go for job. At the end of the day, they go tell you, so wait and I'll get on to more than 5 or 6 experience. Anyways, now a bittersweet experience na the universe, but like I say, now it didn't come true, so I decided to say, well, I get a whole program we don't start in our college. Why I no go give me a try? Why I no go make this program a dream come true? So I start for work on them. I work on them, we start to form them with colleagues them at the university till we can call in the universe. We start them at the western area, urban. But yet still, later we relocate now at Waterloo. Now they finally this dream come true for the past 2 years now. The Mental Watch Advocacy Network, as the name implies, now is socio-health community-based, macro-level implementing advocacy organization, human rights and community-based organization where they always they champion the rights, opportunities and services of vulnerable children and adults, especially the youth, the at-risk population with mental health and public health issues, problems and difficulties, where they go through now the country. So basically, we macro intervention strategies and advocacy ways where we can get onto the youth here. At the same time, we advocate for the dignity. We advocate for the dignity, respect, the rights of homeless victims, especially people with general medical conditions or public health related matters like drug and alcoholism, mental illnesses, HIV/AIDS, TB, epilepsy, malaria, hepatitis, sexually transmitted infection, and to the whole sex workers. At the same time, we advocate against stigma, discrimination, social ostracism, and stereotype. But primarily for now, as an advocacy and community-based organization, we focus on the prevention and response rates, and when at the rehabilitation, we try to change the demand and behavior of youth there. As a youth-focused organization, focus on health. So currently, now so we do at the community-based intervention now.
Wow, somebody with a listen me go say this is a big organization with a big ambition, with a big dream. Now let's take this last one where you just say where na the primary thing where una the watch at where you just highlight how una they go about for do this area.
Okay, a very when you get the professional knowledge, then you dey know how to intervene. Practically, some of me volunteers and other people and they find it difficult, but with capacity training and other volunteerism, other partnership training them. Before we start for intervene at the community, any responsible organization for always do a need assessment where we can call baseline assessment. So based on we outcome and results, we can find that the youth then, especially in the area also we implement, they get a lot for do when it come to youth engagement and programs them community base. So how we do them? That is what we call we get to an intervention we call psychological first aid, where they use the 3L. Then like you know ever know somebody where the first time you see somebody, we get what the 3L where stand for. You say they look, the other L you the listing, and the other one you the link. So that kind of psychological approach now we use at the community. What thing they look at? They look at assessments. If they look at a particular beneficiary or youth engagement programs, them, especially the program you go where they engage youth man. If you at the end of the day, some people we not want forget that kind of discrimination or stereotype. Say, left the youth man they able wait to see them can see down here now job because now idleness they catch here. No, you don't know what's in the reason what make it there. So what we can do after the assessment, we they engage them when at the listening aspect. We they listen them different story them. Then at the end of the day, the L when at the link. If because currently we they provide the social aspect of mental health. If in something way involve treatment, we do a referral where we don't create a very strong relationship with the Sierra Leone Psychiatric Hospital. If we see anything we need medical treatment, we can do that referral there, and we get good relationship with them. So far so good. The intervention and the obviously the challenges then enormous them beaucoup. But I tell you, with passion, determination, and people already around you, they motivate. And you don't keep way up till now. So we at least we get success stories and now despite the challenges them. But thank God for the operation at the Waterloo, the Western Rural District.
We go come to our challenges them and success them one don't make with regards the advocacy network. Let we look at and you talk about saying that when they go into community, when they use the 3L, as you say, you don't explain what then 3L has to be about. How much communities don't reach for see how best not able for and link them when at the last L to different aspects where young people can involve in.
Okay, that's very good. Based on the vastness of the district, and we know capacitate now with mobility. So what we can do, we do intervention based on what we able to give, because you're not able to give more than what you know get. So basically, after the engagement, we assessment will be done do, we can find out say we not go able to everywhere in the district. So what we do, the area also they operate when a very big community, when at the Kisiton community, in a very big community. So now one of we implementing area then and they take kind of other tongue them, take kind of the Bassa tongue, they have them be big area then. But one of the major things how they able reach youth man them, that through we outreach programs them, they will the weekly when a counseling and psychosocial aspects in a running unit and program at the organization. So what you could do, we can back them up with the community-based media program, where a piloted program we still done, we look at the effectiveness, though we they get one or two challenges at the media side. But we demand fit say because of the district vast and the big, so now we use the media approach for engage youth man. Despite they do face-to-face implementation, we see I say enough, so they use the media approach for reach youth money. So far that's what we do for the meantime.
Now, as an organization, we know they got skin with young people out there. What's in some of the things that we really want to and find out as mental issue them amongst youth them and the different community we want to especially to the Sawe just highlight the Kisinto.
To be candid with you, when you listen to someone's story, you gonna say certain things and the way youth man and they engage pan and all by themselves. They get social factors them with it trigger them behavior them. If you did to be let's tell you now, Waterloo no feel like the Western urban, the Western rural district we dey facing a lot of issues and with regards youth programs them. But we when they look at the mental aspect, mental health, they focus on the way we they think, they feel and act. Where Englishman can say the cognitive, the behavioral and the social well-being of mortal man. Anything where they happen to youth man, it gets a social factors where they trigger them. But go able to do now where you not get engagement, know waiting the people and they go through. We they engage them face to face, we know them problem. But like I tell you, in the face of the power that be, the government, they need to do a lot for young people.
So what are the problems there so una can really get as una they skin with the youth there so?
To be candid with you, the major problem and some of the problems are this unemployment among the youth, where they on the increase, where they lead to other general medical conditions them, we are go explain that later. Then we find out say youth they don't involve in drug use disorder too much. Then alcohol use disorder did it. Then we find out say some of them probably they link to social antisocial developments among the youth them where today they hear about rapid rape, they hear about sexual gender-based violence. Let people not tell you lie. Then the youth they involved in them greatly, especially the drug aspect and the alcoholism. That side the youth them very much engaged in that side. So for just take somebody out of that kind of thing, you pull and they enough to easy tax. So now where we engage them, we get an alternative approach where they use where we now one of our youth empowerment projects that we try for implement. We call the income generation activity, where go pull somebody from say come up from point A to point B, we get something motivational where they make go back to same day. So get them youth skills training them where they try for implement. When I propose project now, we would almost try for see if we get 1 or 2 supports we go start soon. So like that kind of skills training then even the key affected population they deal with. Because not they only deal with drug user them and alcohol people them, also they deal with HIV, AIDS, malaria and other side. But the key people now they deal with where they on the increase and is commercial sex workers them.
So how una can go about in that particular situation? The commercial health sex workers them.
So when you then at the field, a practitioner, sometimes you feel fine where you create that kind of opportunity to young people there. To be candid with you, some of our sisters then they within a street, not to like willingly, they wish for the day. So like when you get the engagement phase with them and tell you them personal problems, you find out say each and every one way they explain to you, it gets a different story. Where personally from peer group pressure now, you get family background, poverty. Some kids tell you say now I don't born me man who don't pass, I get for take care of me pikin, me mama don't old, me papa don't die. We they get a lot of stories and they. But it takes professionalism for let you engage and let them tell you the real story. So now we get we own system where they use. When I sample because we get a program for them now where they plan for implement at the district, where they plan for train a numerous number of them, close to 200.
That's the commercial
sex workers. And just for give them an alternative income. We can always tell them say now you don't engage in this trade. But say in order for left yard say you die. You get for tell them the reality therapy. Yeah, you get for telling the reality aspect of them. Then sometimes they use empathy for control them, let them get that kind of trust. They say, okay, if you can't talk to me, then this is my problem. But if you not do this for me, some they even swear, I at the left. Although some don't take us straight, go left commodity one thing. But majority if they give them the opportunity in the left.
Okay, we will come to the program we will get for commercial sex workers as an organization. Don't forget to listen to the program Ctn Youth Club where they come out in Montreal, Fabric College on FM 107.3. And inside the program today, the host and the founder and executive director for Mental Watch Advocacy Network Sierra Leone winner Ibrahim Koroma. And yourself can be part of the program by way you send you text message on 078 330167 078 330167. Me where they make the program with you. Me your name Lalai Jackson. May I come to you again, Mr. Kuruma. They talk about commercial work and sex workers, and saying that you get a program as an organization for see how best you able for take them off the street and engage them in some way go rebrand their life and make society at the end of the day go welcome them back. So you go take from there.
Yeah, like I be they say, this na alternative approach we see say because we find out say if you all along you dey engage somebody no more, this the way they plan so no moral, you no make so, you no good for your health. And I not tell you, then will colleague then our sister the way they na street so, you know they're vulnerable, you know social brutality, police, you know, among themselves, then get them that man they are with they kiddie them, you know, at times they money themselves, even some man after they don't go do waiting and for let them pay, they will get the human rights aspect of them back. You see they facing a lot, but when you engage them and you don't know. So what you do, we take and say for engage them no more soon no more. At the end of the day, you can't talk to and then you left and back, you know, create that can impact today. So as an organization, we come together and demand fit say, well now the thing we get with youth empowerment scheme program there. Why we no go try for see how we dey patronize and engage governments and other organization them, global organization the way they look at youth programs them. You remember themselves get their own population day. Internationally the World Sex Workers Day, then we don't celebrate and they pass, I don't know, they'll pass June 10, I don't know. I go find out later. But then self get a role for playing in society. Let not tell you, most of them are vulnerable with them common sick care who get they win at the HIV/AIDS, some them are TB, some them will get sexually transmitted disease. Then if you find out say you engage as a young man, you know they use condom, you know, you just they no more they make care free at the end of the day, left we will make that kind of care free. They don't know say you dey endanger yourself. Me na young person and now we all dey parenting in day. So it's like okay, engage them. We self you always they tell them say this we all be don't do am. But to them and fit say and so we self the advice we will take. So we self one can give back. We don't know if we give this opportunity. Like I be they say, we get a project where we plan for train 200 of them for common streets and give them an alternative. One for sending a tech vote. For let them say begin do something meaningful in society. Make I not tell you like what we start newly, we do a test first, follow we train something like 5 or 10 based on we capacity. So we candid with you, then people in the right now. After God in direction, then they bless we now because of the efforts. Like we not go pull the money physically saying we go pay for you, but we get other partner then okay go cry to say this person need this and this. Do allow we help them. So based on that day, we serve able for pull about 5 to 10 then where they do kids now, some they do tailoring now, you know, when a very success story than they for the organization. For in the area of drug use at them, currently as I talk to you, the operation pursue I use in organization, during the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, we commemorate an Waterloo. So fortunately, we get about 5 youth man now. Ways we don't say. He say from waiting you don't can hear so na this program. That don't make they not be don't see when they take them drug they affect them and so it's not good for the health. This as from today they don't change. You go surprised for no say currently they work as volunteers and with we work go and then get to them. Remember the we not come for call get to because it's somehow demeaning. We can call them hideouts. Yes. With a partner with one of we organization when are the social linkages for youth and youth development and child link when are SLYDCL, the director on Abib Kamara. So we dey work with them, we serve in our talo, we work with them. But to be candid with you, the problem in Boku.
Now I know say the problem in Boku, we got for discuss on the problem in the now we watch at the mental issue we don't affect young people and one thing we people believe now that youth more involved in taking drugs, just like I don't say. So really, what do you feel to see the government for do at this particular time as an organization we don't watch in this area of mental issue for curtail the way our youth think involved in drugs business?
Yeah, thank you very much. In a very big question you asked. So before 2016, we do a situation analysis as an organization, and it will be interesting for no say. The reason why to make me get interest in mental health because during my dissertation self na college now on mental health problem, right? So maybe get beaucoup thing them for this country, but it will be interesting for no say one of the findings them during the research program then the government na the one of the neglected sector then na the country where government not the focus and not the budget for the mental health sector in the country. So you find out say if they like it today we they get beaucoup crisis them pandemic the way they happen so it affects we greatly. Come like give some instances. Like the same way the likes of the Ebola, you get the likes of the this Monteme issue wey happen with people up yonder. You know we get this currently this corona. We don't affect we. You go find out see whenever a crisis like this affects we. Don't forget about the youth man and now they get on the drug aspect. It affects we all. You know it affects we perception the way we think. It affects we culture. Then it affects we behavior. So finally one of them things they lead to mental health. You know because anything we get for do with you thinking, you feeling and social thing in your behavior, it affects you mentally. So you find out says we get different coping mechanism them where some man based on what it don't happen during the past like Salona we don't because of the check the rebel war which it be don't happen cancel now the Ebola and the current corona. If you get somebody we get affected, obviously you get a mood swing they change and from the mood swing under mood disorder we get what we call depression, you get the other one bipolar. This is a mood swing where some man a coping mechanism is weak, some man is only strong. You define that say some man they begin take to mind because he don't lose somebody where they take care of farm. You go find out say some man he lead to the major mental health problem. Then the social aspects of farming, like this unemployment rate, then just sack somebody no more in workplace. You know, you find out say it lead to other thing them where mental health issue they can. So like. For people that will not get strong, if you begin seeing the smoke, pass you begin say, hey, this man who's begin smoke. They begin see somebody, they begin drinking chrome. All these are for cool in system and feel high. We get people then where they take drug just because in company they take you know that social aspect, pressure group aspect. You find out say when they can take in the worst possible we meet because of the coping mechanism, a weak. So man you strong. So man they take something a good for them. Yes, so they find out say government get a lot for do in the area of mental health aspect.
Okay, my holiday force as time not in favor again. A name na Ibrahim Kuruma, na the founder and executive director for Mental Watch Advocacy Network Sierra Leone. Don't forget to listen to the program Ctn Youth Club where they come out now with the Mount 12 for Bay College on FM 107.3. And me where they make the program with you, my name is Hi Jackson. Yourself can be part of the program by you go send you text message on 078-330167. That's so we'll tap the program first as we go in for the news summary.
Ctn helps to build media capacity in Sierra Leone. Ctn helps to build media capacity in Sierra Leone.
Welcome to the second half of the program, Ctn Youth Club, where they come out now with the Mount 12 for Bay College on FM 107.3. Inside the program today, they look at the Mental Watch Advocacy Network Sierra Leone, an organization where they watch inside the issue of mental business in the country. And for me to talk about this particular organization, I'll get it to me inside the studio, the founder and executive director, where na Ibrahim Kuruma. Ibrahim, welcome to the second half of the program.
Thank you very much, brother.
Me they make the program with you again. My name is Hi Jackson. Yourself can be part of the program. If you get any question or you want to give contribution, send you text message on 078-330167, 078-330167. Now, let's come to you again, and Ibrahim Kuruma. They talk about the intervention of government before they come to the thematic ASM and then some of the activities they want to get in the pipeline. They talk about the intervention of government in terms of mental issue related to young people in the country. You go take it from there.
Yeah. The reason being this aspect I want if the Ministry of Health we get people where they listen now, let them know see now. The mental health aspect, the mental health sector in this country is a neglected one because government over the past years, government not be the budget all along. So if we get them kind of issues they are relating from post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, alcohol, business, no matter what they do, if we not get programs and policy, if the government not try for repeal the Lunacy Act of 1902, come back to the present day, we not go able to succeed in the fight against drug and mental health issues in the country. Then in the area of mental health aspect back under the government, that's why one of the things they were glad for, since they operate in the Western Rural District, during the International Day Against Drug Abuse, I make the District Council Chairman as the keynote speaker, but unfortunately, in deputy be able to attend. It talk and categorically say, it's a programs then they na the council and then ministry then where they try for rollout, but you find out say they get one or two challenges with themselves they face as a government and as a district. We get forget a rehab center oversee na so they do then get them people outside they carry them go. They build rehab center recreational facility for them. Why we not forget and we just focus on urban area no more. We left the other side when at the rural area. And I tell you the problem they within at the rural district. It passed the one within at the urban. To be candid with you. So if they find out, say, if the governments they do any kind of decentralization, especially for improve the mental health, lots of go to community health worker, they no more mental this then that's no more. And I for done so. We get government need for build institutions them where they take care of them tier, we go help for reduce them kind of problem there. Today they find out so we they get a lot of issues and problems them where young people engage in. Not because they want for one, but because of their mental status, they're not okay. Because somebody will tell me like we you mentally okay. For let you go look a less than old somebody learn at 10 years, less than 5 years speaking, you rape and 3 months old, then are the shock news and itself according to this, the man we get the Aberdeen Center, the executive director, more than 300 and something thousand cases and they now from January to June. So imagine the cases. Imagine then the cases that within the reports. What about the one that within the compromise, and especially then people in a vulnerable community? Then they not even know what they do. So that's why we will intervention on a community-based awareness and sensitization program that we embark on. We focus on the social aspects, when at the prevention and the rehabilitation or response. We look at for change behavior and demand. So we focus on the social aspects.
So where you say change behavior and demand, what is it there for talk about here?
For instance, if a certain something don't happen now, it gets a behavioral change where they affect. So we they come for tap in. Like for instance, this corona we don't come. People can get different thinking and mentality. So because of we they na the right people and they know you can get for trust you. So you they go there for tap in the mentality through engagement. You change their mentality, their behavior, the way they think, and put them say, "What you do and do this now," so it will lead to. So some of that kind change they now they do through engagement phases.
Yeah. Hello, what are the thematic area of the organization? What's it building at the thematic area with areas the moon at the cover?
As an organization, we in at the community. We dey focus on 5 areas when at the thematic area. The number 1, we look at mental health. We focus on mental illness, alcohol, drug, and substance abuse. They will focus on public health, related to HIV/AIDS, TB, malaria, STDs, and so on. The second thematic area na the youth empowerment scheme or empowerment will focus on when at the middle level manpower, education and training, women's and girls programs them. The third one are child protection. They look at child abuse, maltreatment, labor, and child trafficking. The 4 na research and policy practice, like I be tell you. Salon rights and we work with the National Drug Enforcement Agency as an organization for us see how we they reform with drug law the drug policy there. And Salon they look at the Lunacy Act of 1902, how therefore be more fitting through the Sierra Leonean policy and law. Then
so
lastly,
they try to talk about presently the laws that will get in terms of drug not match with the current trend of the country on the world as a whole.
Yes, because right now we know they able to put somebody's according to the engagement we do with the PRO, you don't able to arrest somebody for certain things and that because new thing they don't imagine now, where they not be inside the 2008 act where the former president be passed in Parliament, Dr. Hannes by Koroma. You remember where they catch that drug that plane where because them drug something like that doing it and then pass then load and so they find out a new thing they don't happen where they need for the drug law or policy. So we still engage with government for CC. Government need for come together and do them policy reform there. The last thematic area na community development. As a community-based organization, we serve the partner with other organizations. They see how we engage and develop some other community that we need help.
Now, let me come to one of our thematic areas where we talk about youth empowerment. How we can go about in that particular area?
Well, basically, because we don't find out, say, because of the youth, them they're not skilled, so they find out, say, they're not productive. So during the engagement phase, we get a youth empowerment project where we try to push yourself before. Push yourself before na a youth empowerment project where we do a piloted one first for train 50 youths man there we see. But to forget the support and partnership, we go one for train more than 90. But we do a pilot one first when I 50 people young people, man and woman, they all one pool from that unemployment, train them for in that middle level manpower, educationally or get a next skill or vocational training them. So now a project and we still work on, although they look for one or two people that we go count on board, organization or other people that we go count on board, so that we go able to give back to society in a meaningful way.
You talk about children issue in thematic areas. In that particular area, what really una try to focus on?
Child protection. Recently, they find out say the gender-based violence in Boku. So most of them we focus on beginning with and they less than 18 years. You know, we look at the Child Rights Act, you look at the way how we put the clauses and the way be say where you tamper or go against the human rights of PQA they under the age of consent, you get certain rules them or way for tell you say we do this and do this, then go the rules and the way go tell you say now the penalty in that. So what you can do with child engagement programs them, would they see a lot of child labor, child abuse, trafficking and all that in them. So as a professional social worker, you know, despite me organization, myself get that kind of passion for small picking them. So we put as a unit now the organization, we get one old team with the Adam, we will look at child protection issues them. Where some of them things and they back like I tell you need engagement, awareness raising programs and sensitization for tell comrade and say this speaking despite now you born but government gets a role for play. If you do this and do this, now this it will lead to. So we can do back the engagement through the media engagement programs and back.
Okay, continue for day with me inside the program. A name na Abraham Koroma, the founder and executive director for Mental Watch Advocacy Network Sierra Leone. Don't forget to listen to the program Ctn's inside Ctn's Youth Club, where they come out in Mount 12 Fabe College on FM 107.3. Continue for send you text messages on 078330167 and ask whatever question or contribution they get towards the program. We they made the program reach you. My name Nalahai Jackson. Now, and Mr. Koroma, let me talk about and this issue of, let me say, dogs abuse. We don't see this don't affect young people them so much in the country. And what do your organization that they do for tackle that particular area there?
It will be interesting for no say. Right now, the way the drug issues and they come up, they emerge. Recently, now doing we engagement programs with young people, now the hideout we get to them. They don't count different drug and alcohol where young people and only engage now.
So apart from the Pampers,
the Kush, you get the Kumbe Jara way now the Kush. You know, the Kush fearful past the tramadol. Then recently they don't count another one where they call officer when a small drink. Then they will get what you call Papa drink it, Mama happy. So we can deal with you, then drink when you see them, you know, you go no see that they affect the young people them. you know. So wetin we dey do as an
So
organization.
before we go to which one they do, say the government need for step up in this particular area, because then but most of them drugs they also they talk about now, so they make them
Most of them,
dance.
yes.
So say now the government need for step up and see how best then go regulate the way how them particular company or in institution they come up with them drugs there. So
I think that's one of the engagement phase and what they do with government through advocacy, then policy there, then go reform policy there. Government need for use punitive measures for see how they go control level small gain clear way we bother they engage on. Because I tell you, when you get access to that, to be candid with you, tramadol after the pharmaceutical board they cancel up, where tramadol no expensive now you find out you need to go for again. They go for cheap thing and now way. So government need for come on board and see how then they tackle. And then give them people their license and then get the rights for regulate them. So if the government come on board, this can tell you advocacy, no more advocacy, not in a stop. Government need to do count institution them, empower institution. They won't get institution, but now the empowerment and the implementation aspect, and then we get problem with. You see, you can't jail man now because he meets an ageto. But like I tell you, if you not put measures for let somebody left for take him, he can either go take him. That means say, so at the end of the day, if the government not able to do one or two to put institution in place, you find out say the same problem they exacerbate every day they increase. So when we not go able to say we do everything, we not just a community-based organization where we serve the sky for creep and see low get gank. Presently, we go to psychosocial support units where they do psychosocial counseling every week. We number them like people and we want to get onto we get a very trained and qualified mental health practitioner weighing on drug, HIV/AIDS and so on. We the former work, if they work in the Sierra Leone Psychiatric Hospital for more than 35 years experience. We Mr. Caprimendi in the psychosocial aspect of this. So what to do? We get mental health service back home. They provide free. You call on the line if you get certain in a way mentally they affect you. You meet this somebody through we line. You call them and you talk to you and know what you for do. So then services and the way they do at the same time they provide psychosocial services where we not the only sell or provide them, we they try for change the mentality of young people them. Let them know say in as much as you they do this, but this are your own role way for play. So also they do what we call income generation activity. What do they try for do after we engagement phase doing the psychosocial counseling, and they will tell you, see now, well, if we need to do that, unemployed. If we do for you, facilitate for you begin do this and do this. You go come over, go back closer, you be there, then you say yes. So secondly, we not go able to do everything as an organization. We get with partnership, then what they deal with. Currently, we deal with the local partnership board, where then focus on the mental health and youth problems in the districts. We work with the Sierra Leone, social linkages for youth development and child link, when are SLYDCL. They have the focus on mental health, HIV/AIDS, drug abuse, and people who inject drug. We get with colleague then we then see if they drink, they need affect them, pass them inject themselves. We get them people and they deal with. So we can do that needle and syringe distribution and condom. We get with HIV units where we serve the duties. Then we work with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, where before this commemoration we'll be there at the radio Lion Mountain. We community people in our Waterloo themselves and we know we deal with the police, media and other organizations them who we partner with. But like I tell you, not to be easy task for we, especially with beneficiaries that we deal with. Presently, we get with key affected populations that we deal with. So they deal with drug users them, alcohol abusers them, sex workers, HIV/AIDS, women and children, homeless and the mentally challenged, where people like you call Chris man them. We a demeaning, we can call them the mentally challenged. So it's like if they do any other thing again, we need support.
Okay. name na Ibrahim Nkuruma, the founder and executive director for Mental Watch Advocacy Network Sierra Leone. They inside the program Ctn Youth Club where they come out now Mount 12 for Fabe College on FM 107.3. And may they make the program with you, my name is Harry Jackson. Continue for send you text messages on 078-330167. Some of them around the send on text messages them. And may I go over them? I take this one with the inside the inbox. We say there are many young girls in the street practicing and commercial sex worker for MedPosh. And this other one say, come back to the one when my colleague be don't compile. He say good initiative by the mental health guy. There is a kind of organization we want to see in the country. They come up from Isa to where the text from Brookfield. This one say, where can I locate this organization? Maya to say the call the text from Congo Cross. And this one say, Mr. CEO, what is your organization has been doing to educate young people in the county? Might take this other one. He say, I hope Papa government and other health organization will support the mental health advocacy network based in the Western Rural District, Waterloo. To be specific, this is come up from Usman H. Kuruma. And this one say, how can people reach you for support? This is come up from Mr. Williams with the text from Wilkinson Road. A brilliant idea by the guests. I hope you will maintain to educate young people in the county. And the last one I will take for now is say, Mr. Kuruma, what is your organization is doing for young people that are taking drugs that sometimes make them mad? This is come up from James Sanowe, text from Kisigo. Continue for send you text messages on 078-330167 and may they make the program with you. Your name is Harry Jackson. I'll come to you again and Ibrahim Kuruma. You don't hear everything people are not to say with regards and you submission with they make of the mental watch advocacy network Sierra Leone. I don't know if you want for comments in any of the text messages.
Yeah, somebody they say waiting the organization don't do for young people. Like I be they say if they follow the discussion, we don't do a lot in the area of mental health, especially in the area of young people. We don't do media engagement programs. We don't do face-to-face intervention. We don't do with psychological first aid interventions with young people. In various sectors, like I mean, they say we deal with various people and when are the beneficiaries or key affected population. All this while this is a youth-focused organization, but we focus on health. So we said on the operate na the district. Another person they say I go able to contact this organization. This organization in address day na the ministerial building, Ministry of Lands. We then connect a building at Kisitong, Waterloo. But if you want contact we now on 088-913066, 088-913066. The orange number now 076 50 78 60. 076 50 78 60. Then somebody be they ask we what we go do for young people. Well, basically, especially people with with drug user, especially drug user. Yeah. Well, what do they try for do? Since now a young organization, they try for playing young beats recently. We don't commemorate the International Day Against Drug Abuse. We work out key stakeholders from the Ministry of Health, Social Welfare, the District Council, and other key line ministries where they give back to society, where they support young people and local NGOs. So recently now, we next project now for young people now like I don't highlight them. We they try for provide what we call project push yourself before. When a piloted one start with 50 people based on we capacity now we'll get.
So what do young people then get for benefit in this particular project push yourself before?
Well, this project young people then get for benefit a lot, not to even individually, they go to the family and the country.
How
we they try for provide technical training when a middleman power. We they look at the educational status first. If you say you know somebody maybe they go school but you don't leave. If you feel say you want to empower yourself educationally, they create that kind of avenue there for you. But if you see say na skill training you need, based on skills training them we don identify, starting from electrical, medicine, for the woman them you get the catering, you get tailoring, you get the other aspects them. But based on wetin you say you want, because wetin you like, na im dey motivate you. We no dey force you. Based on wetin you feel that you will not able at the moment for implement, we dey tell you say, well, now this and this available for the meantime, we not go able do this and this. So you get for benefits a lot. Imagine, I tell you about the recent people who get the 5 people they almost graduate. So we can now they call them for do catering. They want to know pull them.
So how that can come about for selecting people there? So
for every project what they do, we get what we call needs assessment what they do. Yes, some people and they need but you get more people will need the facility past the other people. So like we know the bias who they go out there, who they identify, and I make they tell you say we get what we call in a very psychological first aid tool they use. When are they look listing and link. You can tell me say you get this problem, but from your assessment, from our assess you, I look you, I say no, it's not too paramount to look at this person. So then assessment phases and okay, we get to needs assessment what they do, or baseline survey what they do, what you want to do, or we try to undertake any project.
Not get any sponsor for this particular project. So now
well, nothing. We not get where you go interesting for no say. All them projects how they do so now out of.
So who that they fund the organization, or how na they get to fund it?
The funding, like I tell you, now just like passion normally puts me. Who get this today, like transportation, like me the leader now. I say well, Lord pay this transport, Lord go so side. Or like now the major problem and they will not get support financially, socially. You know, even in the area of mobility, sometimes pass we load with 2 by 1 bike we go. But you know, because of the success stories the whole they get, that they should say, and they keep we going, but to be candid with you, the challenges are enormous in the area of implementation. You know, the knowledge they do, but like I tell you, you know, we're able to stand one day if you not partner with other people. We need philanthropists there for come on board.
So what's the relationship between the organization and government, especially the youth ministry to be precise?
Well, I'll tell you now, for before we start, this is a registered CBO with the Ministry of Social Welfare, with the Ministry of Health. We register with the district council and even get an official bank account. So you go find out say independent on its own, not to like that kind organization the way people go say well if we support them at the end of the day then go just pack off and go. No, a well structured organization, you get your own office and AXA building there at the Ministry of Lands at the Kisitong community Waterloo. So if you possibly want get reach or you go meet with it 24 hours from Monday to Friday.
So finally, as we wrap up with this program, let me look at our challenges. I mean, all the success story there, so we don't share out to listeners out there. What are some of our challenges that one are facing as an organization?
The major challenge they get are with support in the different thematic areas that we don't highlight. So, like I tell you, we under the drug we will focus on. With psychosocial support units, we try for not to for engage young people and no more they get to and they hide out to them, tell them let them left for the ingredient and left for engage in this and hard drug. But you get an alternative approach for pulling. So we call an income generation activity. We are in with the try for see then young people there we need for put them make them economical in society. So even if you left for the drink now, say if they do something meaningful, but notwithstanding, not to everybody they're gonna get to idol. Some of them they way well to do in a society, they're responsible and get family, but majority they go they're unemployed and they're frustrated. We they deal with young people and they upskin with. We know the issues, both man and woman. We know the issues and what they go through. So the area of support, partnership, individual support, we get a serious problem as of now. Mobility, area of transportation, that's a serious problem. Human resource, of course, the organization is full of graduates them from Fabe College, where majority of we are professional social workers them. With vast experience and volunteers them. We get trained and qualified people. But in the human resource aspect, area of support and mobility, that is the problem. The finance, we not get finance as of now. To be honest, it affects you as an organization.
So what's a wrap-up message with regards and the discussion and towards the organization?
Yeah, this na message I want to give to the young one them. You see the life young people are not take and say because then they right now because of the present condition they're not useful in our society. One of the president in America once say he say the foundation of every state lies on the youth, on the strength of the youth. Though we know say now we are the strength, now we are the everything. This government so able to go without young people them. So let them know say we always did it as an organization for advocates for them based on their human rights and then dignity and other side. We know they discriminate young people them. We don't care how side you come out, but we did it for support young people them and also play to government for kind we aid other line ministries, philanthropies for kind we aid, just like we I don't announce that number, the support number. If you want to get onto it or you want to know much about the organization, you can go now Facebook page, Mental Watch Advocacy Network. You go see we doing and activities and what they do. Then the contact number then if you want to get onto we or you want partner with we self, we still do one. The Lord not forget see young people and the corona still the Lord not forget. We was we earn frequent. We not forget say we not for. We use the face masks. We always listen to waiting governments they tell we because I all listen to government go able to know what they feel and able put champion we problems and we would encounter as youth them. So if I did talk, I go stop there.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Koma, the founder and executive director for Mental Watch Advocacy Network Sierra Leone. Be there with me inside the program Ctn Youth Club. In case you miss part of the entire program, listen to the repeat broadcast tomorrow in the evening. And me, we make this program with you today. My name Nalahai Jackson. They say tata.
Ctn helps to build media capacity in Sierra Leone.